My goal is to build a big business, maybe not the biggest, but I also want to do it with empathy and being a good human and with my own, good work-life balance. Today I think we're going to talk about a few different things, but really this work-life balance and is it a fucking myth, and a little bit about, maybe it's ethical capitalism or responsible business and how we can benefit everything in life, everyone in life, and the world, right, by doing good in business, right? Not just capitalism for the sake of profits. I'm Stephen Taylor. This is WeeklyST. For the last 10 years, I've been building a couple $1 million cybersecurity IT support company, leading our team, taking care of our team with family first, not profits. Like, share, subscribe, add me your top 8. This work-life balance, and in retrospect, I wish I spent more time with my kids, and I work 60 to 80 hours a week, and I have to get all this done, and ba. You can choose, and you can design your life any way you see fit, especially as a business owner, right? A typical employee, yeah, I get it, right? They probably have to do their 8 to 5, and there's some restrictions there. But as an entrepreneur, you get to design this however you see fit. Certainly, when you're a one-man band and you're in startup mode, you will have to work your face off, right? Somebody posted the other day, I'm thinking about starting my own business, and how do I do this so that I can spend more time with my kids? And just like the way that they were wording it and thinking about it, I kind of had to step in and reply. I'm like, that's not going to happen. That's not the reality, and you're looking for two things you can't have at the same time. You're not going to be able to start a business and, have a great social life, family time, vacation, all that kind of stuff. The two don't go hand in hand until you've worked your face off long enough to establish a real business that operates somewhat without you and has a team that supports most of the important things in that business. So you have to do that first. But post that, I think it's this balance or this work-life balance is a myth and no, you get to design it however you see fit, but it's a teeter-totter, right? If you put way more energy into your business, you're going to get a bigger and a better business, but you're not going to have any time with family, friends, or otherwise. If you teeter-totter a little bit the other way, maybe you can have a little bit of both, right? Which is, I think, why people start a business and become an entrepreneur and things like that. But at a certain, again, you have to build the business, you have to work your face off, right? But then you could start to tilt it back and navigate it as you see fit. And yeah, you can spend more time with your family, and you can be like, I'm going to leave at 4:00 on Tuesdays and dictate my own calendar so that I can go watch my son play baseball or do whatever it is, right? But our society and the way we are is go, 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 go. We're filled with distractions, right? There's TV, there's movies, there's all this entertainment. There's a phone that's dinging all the time. We never take any time to think about, what is it that I actually want to be doing? Am I happy with this? Do I want to change this, right? You need that time to think about these things, but you get to design it. That's the punchline. It's up to each one of us as an individual to design our life the way we want it. And that's true in anything, whether it's business or personal life or who you want to be or whatever. You get to choose if you spend the time to think about it and then you make the changes needed to make that happen. Starting a business is sexy, right? Entrepreneurship is sexy, right? It's the Instagram highlight reel though too, right? Some people aren't realizing the reality of what it takes to be an entrepreneur. You will work your face off for years. You will get rid of all your social relationships. You'll probably ruin your romantic, your love, your marriage, whatever it is. You won't take vacations, and you probably will be sucking air for money for years. Might be 3, might be 5, might be 15. I don't know, right? It depends on how hard you work your face off, right, to build a real business, right? And so there's the pros and cons of everything in life, right? Yeah, entrepreneurship looks great and it has great rewards, but it comes with great risks and a hell of a lot of work, right? And everybody wants the end game. They want the result. They don't want to put in the work. But I think there's a lot of instances, this person who chimed up, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I want to spend all this time with my family and I want to make a lot of money and I want good health insurance. That probably isn't going to happen here right away, right? So are you willing to let your kids grow up for the next few years kind of without this dream to then get to that dream, but you've got to put in all this work? Not really. Okay, go get a job, work your 40 hours a week, be home by 5:30, 6 o'clock, get your health benefits and take care of your family with 4 kids. Right? And people don't like that answer because it's not sexy, but it's potentially the better solution for you and your family and everyone involved, right? Entrepreneurship is not easy, and you're signing up for a lot more than freedom and, those kinds of things. Everything in life is both sides, right? There's pros and cons of everything. Everything's a trade-off. Everything takes anything that's worth having, anything that's great, anything that's good takes hard work, and there's going to be challenges and there's going to be issues. And this is true of everything in life. So yeah, I think it's about really thinking about that, going deep on, okay, what are these trade-offs? What is the result that I'm looking for? What's my vision? What's my goal, right? And yeah, time is probably the biggest trade-off, right? You want to build a big business, you're trading time to do that. You want to build not such a big business, okay, then you've got more time to do other things in your life, right? And speed, right? The speed of that time, right? If I dedicate 3 to 5 years of my life to really build this thing, I will get to that point faster than I would if I don't dedicate as much time over the next 7 years, right? My story is pretty fast for our industry, right? There's a lot of guys who've been open for, 10 plus years that still haven't broken $1 million, right? And maybe it's because of the work ethic. Maybe it's because of them getting out of their own way, whatever it may be, right? But it's what you put your mind to. It's how much you dedicate yourself. It's how much you work on whatever it is that you're working on, those kinds of things. I think for me, right, another maybe side effect or the way that I've designed this is I realize I'm not going to build the biggest business, and I'm okay with that because for me, the trade-off is for the team. We want to build a good human business, right? The industry will tell me that we can go and net 25% profit. I don't want it. I'd rather be using that money and giving that money to our team who takes care of the clients, who takes care of the business, right? To me, the profit is not the most important thing. Building a good business, doing good by our clients, and doing good on our community is the more important piece, right? And so, the capitalist view of you've got to go make the most and you should make the most and the CEO takes home the most and bop, 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 like all purely for the fact of money is not the right way to do it, in my opinion. I want to lead with empathy and a good human business. And that means, yeah, we may not be as profitable. I'm 100% okay with that, right? I've believed in taking care of our team because I want the same for me, right? I want to live a family first life. And so we often say that to the team. They'll come to us and say, hey, I've got an issue. Hey, I've got a challenge. I got to go home. I got to do this. Family first, right? And yeah, that's not the right answer for business and for capitalism and for productivity and profits, right? But it's the right answer to be a good human being. And so that's what we do. Funny story, Robert Reich and Dan Price, Gravity Payments, were talking. And when Dan Price changed, put a minimum salary in for every employee of that company, $70,000, funny thing happened. When you take care of the people, the business grew. They did better. They were able to gain more clients, right? And actually be more profitable doing things like that, right? And Dan himself had to take a huge pay cut, but it did great things for not only the business, but the people in that business, right? A lot of people were able to move to debt free. A lot of people started having children. They took good time off, right? So good is good is good. And that goes against this narrative of capitalism, which is, shave costs, cut expenses, drive revenue up, right? Be the most profitable machine you can be. But really the only person that benefits is shareholders and the CEO. Doesn't benefit their customers, doesn't benefit their teams, and it's backwards. Turns out if you do it the right way, the good human way, everybody wins. Of course, it's a constant iteration of what you're able to do, right? We're not able to do what Gravity Payments and Dan Price did, right? We don't have the revenues to be able to do that, right? It's not possible. I would love to. It's just not possible. So you have to go through, again, yes, these iterations, right? In startup mode, one-man band, you probably have no free time. Sorry, you're wearing all the hats. You're the business owner. You need to do everything. Good luck, right? And grind your way through it. That's what it is. When you get to a real business with a team and consistent revenue, right? You break that $1 million mark, right? Then you've got a real business. Now you can have a team that starts to handle the key pieces of that business, and then that buys you a little bit more freedom. Now you can spend a little bit more time with your family and things, and your real focus is probably sales. Continue driving that business forward, because if you're not moving forward, you're probably moving back, right? And cash is the lifeblood of every business. Then you get, again, more iterations, bigger, better, not just for the sake of revenue, not just for the sake of dollars, but it gives you more capacity and capability to do more for your customers, to do more for your team, right? When we were smaller, we weren't able to afford healthcare for everybody. Too expensive, right? It would have deaded us, right? We couldn't do it. But as we got bigger, sure, here you go, team. We can offer a full benefits package for everyone who's here. Later on, it was the 401k or whatever it might be. Longer term, as we really build a bigger business, sure, we might be able to have kind of some minimum salary or something, again, bringing good to the team. So there's always different iterations. And again, I think it goes back to, in everything in life, take time to think, be self-aware about this stuff, pay attention, and then rewrite the rules of the game. What do I want to do? What's my dream? What's my vision? What can I do now? What can I execute on now, right? Bill Gates takes weeks off, still does to this day, I believe, to think. Turns off his phone, takes a bunch of books, reads, thinks, and just sits with himself, right? Warren Buffett, I think, said 80% of his workday is thinking and reading, right? Not responding to an email, not doing the things in the business, the meaningless, little mundane tasks. It's thought and creation and creativity, right? What do I want this to look like, and how do I get it there? What do you think? Is it possible to really create and define your own work-life balance?